Hey there, I'm Dr. Powell. In this video, I'm going to illustrate why pound for pound, the strip method is a much better harvesting method compared to the FUE. And this is because FUE, despite all the marketing hype, has failed to consistently deliver great results. When you look at all comers who've had FUE procedures done, about 20% are very satisfied and happy with the results. Another 30% feel so-so about the results, and a significant 50%, that's 50%, are very dissatisfied and unhappy with the way the results had turned out. And a significant portion of this 50% come in looking for repair work to be done. In this video, I'm going to go over two examples of guys who've had FUE procedures performed in an outside clinic, then came to us for repair work, which we did using the strip method. There are two methods for harvesting donor hair grafts for hair transplant surgery. The first method, and in my opinion, the best method, is the FUT or strip procedure. All the hair that is going to be transplanted is taken from the donor area in a narrow strip at once. Then under magnification, the strip is then divided into smaller and smaller sizes down to the individual follicular units, which are then transplanted. Because every step of this procedure is performed under magnification, we virtually eliminate damage to the delicate follicles. The other method to harvest follicular grafts is the FUE, or Follicular Unit Extraction. In this method, we use very small tools called dermal punches to extract each hair follicle to be transplanted one by one. The major drawback is that this is a blind procedure where we're trying to estimate the depth, angle, and direction that the follicle is taking underneath the skin. So pound for pound, the strip method gives a much larger number of higher quality grafts for a hair transplant compared to the FUE procedure. Now don't get me wrong, FUE does have a very important role in hair transplant surgery, but it's ideally suited for certain situations, such as procedures that only require a small number of grafts to accomplish the hair restoration goal, or in individuals who are absolutely not candidates for a strip procedure because of very poor scalp glide and elasticity. So let's take a closer look at the two repair cases. This guy came to us wanting to have his FUE that was done in an outside clinic repaired. Obviously, he was not happy with his results at all. His hairline is very irregular appearing with very poor density in the hairline and as well as poor density in the defined frontal band behind it, with a lot of see-through areas. And the corners are not well defined either. The best FUE candidates tend to have straight or slightly wavy hair as opposed to those who have very curly or kinky hair. So you would think that since this guy has straight hair that it should be technically easier to harvest his grafts. However, there are other characteristics such as skin thickness and texture that can affect the success rates of an FUE procedure. Hair follicles and thicker skin are more anchored into the surrounding structures, making it more difficult to free the follicle from the scalp. And also performing an FUE in thin, mushy skin has its own set of challenges. It is worth mentioning, though, that the strip method would give higher yields of high-quality hair grafts for transplant for all skin and hair types. These are the after photos with wet, combed back hair, and even with the wet hair, you can see the dramatic difference after the repair. He now has a well-defined hairline with a soft, natural transition to the frontal band behind it, which is also denser, and you can also see that the corners are now well closed in and defined. And here are side-by-side images so you can see exactly what was done in the incredible transformation. So which result would you prefer? The one where he looks like he's still going bald with a ratty, receding hairline, or the one who looks like he's got a nice head of hair which nicely reframes his face? If you're still not convinced that the strip method is a superior harvesting method, let's take a look at this next case. So here you can see obviously that he did not have good growth at all after his FUE procedure that was performed in an outside clinic. You can see that the coverage from the FUE procedure is very sparse with poor density, and there's a lot of scalp that is still visible. Poor growth could be due to a number of factors such as the skill of the physician performing the procedure. However, even in the best of hands, growth rates of an FUE significantly drop compared with the growth and survival rates of the grafts harvested with the strip procedure. A major reason, as mentioned before, is that FUE is a blind procedure, and the doctor has to estimate the angle, direction, and depth of the follicle under the scalp. Also, during the FUE procedure, there's much more mechanical handling of the hair follicles, making them more susceptible to damage during the donor graft extraction process. Additionally, not everybody's hair follicles can withstand all the stresses of an FUE extraction and grow. Another reason for poor growth is that some of the donor hairs may have been harvested from outside the safe zone and were destined to be lost. So this is him 6 months after we rebuilt his entire frontal half of the scalp and reinforced the crown. Now look at the difference after the strip procedure we did. You can see that he has a very nice, well-defined hairline with very good density. Those corners are also very nicely closed in. And here are side-by-side comparisons to show exactly the difference of what we did. And as you can see, the two results don't even come close. From every angle, he now looks like he has a full head of hair. The reason that the strip procedure is able to consistently deliver you those great results that you're looking for is that we're able to access the highest quality of hairs, which are smack dab in the middle of that safe zone. And the entire harvesting process and graft preparation is done under magnification, which virtually eliminates the risk of damage to the delicate follicles. This leads to higher graft survival and growth rates. And as a result, the strip procedure is able to consistently deliver you those great results of thicker, fuller heads of hair. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content, and please stay tuned for more videos in the future.